That didn't persuade me in
So let's
any
get
way.
to why are you playing another season? Why are you going to go out there, risk injury,
Whoa.
and make less money than you could make not playing football? Why are you doing this?
That was kind of the one I had to juggle right there. I think the biggest thing is that I fucking love playing the game of football.
That's a good reason.
I love playing. I still feel like I could play it at a high level, and possibly at a higher level than I did last year. I don't think it was my best outing. I think I let my guys down in a lot more moments than I helped them, especially if you look at my track record and how I've been in years past.
I don't know that's true.
I just, I want to give it a good run. I got a bad taste in my mouth on how I ended the year and how well I was playing and, how accountable I was for the people around me. And I love so many people in Kansas City, both in that facility, in the community. And it's home for me now. And, I don't want to leave that life yet. I put in a lot of hard work and I put in a lot of, focus into being the best that I can for KC. And last year it didn't end well for us. And I feel like there's a responsibility in me to play out the contract that I initially signed, to give Kansas City and the Chiefs organization everything that I got. And that's what I'm going to do, man.
Awesome. Well, I hear what you're saying. I think, it's hard losing a Super Bowl and you feel like there's so many things you could have done better or whatnot. And you kind of referenced it, like you could have been whatever. I think don't lose sight of the big reason that you guys are there is because of who you are. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes you lose sight of that when you don't maximize the end goal, which is winning the Super Bowl. So I know you're going to be dedicated like you always are. It keeps getting harder though. What's your plan? First of all, what was your decision-making process? How does Travis Kelce go about making big life decisions?
Well, it's similar to all the other decisions I make, and it's just off a feel. I don't really.
I relish that about you so much.
I'm not a big measure the pros and cons and all of that. Yeah. I just go off a feel and
pure
gut feeling, and I fucking love this game, man.
Yeah.
And not only that, I love going into the building with the guys that are there.
Yeah.
Coach Reed has been one of the biggest influences on my life, not just in the game of football. I don't want to stop going to work with him. I don't want to stop learning from him. I don't want to stop, being the reason why he has success or being a part of the reason he has success. I want that guy to have the most success in the world because of who he's been to my life. And that's the same with Pat. That's the same with, guys like Brett Veach and Mark Donovan and Coach Spags and, Tom Melvin. There's so many people in that building.
A lot of good names to me.
David Glover. There's so many people in that building that I love with all my heart, man. And I want to keep living out those dreams and going to work with them. And I never once kind of second guessed it. It was always in the back of my mind, even when it got tough last year on the body or when it got tough after the Super Bowl and, you're at your all-time low. It's just, there's something in a motivating factor that, you can do this and you want to do this. And I just, I pulled the trigger as soon as I knew that, I had that feeling.
Yeah. And I think you knew the whole time.
Travis Kelce just released a new episode of his podcast New Heights with Jason. However, fans noticed that the background was filmed at Amazon's Los Angeles studios, and the episode appears to have been filmed around the time of the 97th Academy Awards. The couple Taylor and Travis appeared to have attended an Oscars afterparty together with Selena Gomez before heading back to Nashville to celebrate Scott Swift's 72nd birthday. Fans also noticed that Travis' right knee injury appears to have healed since the Super Bowl. The Chiefs star appears to have kept his hair flowing, but his beard has been given a fresh trim. On the same day, Taylor Swift's private jet was also spotted leaving Los Angeles. Sources told TV's 87 that Travis and Taylor apparently took a short vacation to Malibu before heading back. It was a very detailed account of the couple's romantic getaway. As the 2024 NFL season concluded with the Kansas City Chiefs' narrow loss to the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 59, tight end Travis Kelce found himself grappling with an unfamiliar void. Accustomed to the relentless rhythm of training sessions, strategic meetings, and adrenaline-charged games, the sudden stillness was disconcerting. Simultaneously, global music icon Taylor Swift had just wrapped up the North American leg of her record-breaking Eras tour, leaving her with an unaccustomed expanse of free time. Both at the pinnacle of their careers, they now faced an unanticipated lull. Their relationship, which had blossomed amidst their hectic schedules, now had the luxury of time, a commodity both found both foreign and exhilarating. Seeking respite from their demanding careers and the public eye, they decided to embark on a serene getaway to Malibu, California. This coastal enclave, with its sun-kissed beaches and tranquil ambience, promised the perfect sanctuary for two souls seeking normalcy amidst their extraordinary lives. The couple arrived in Malibu on a crisp March morning, the Pacific Ocean stretching out before them in a mesmerizing expanse of blue. They had chosen a secluded beachfront property, shielded from prying eyes by towering cliffs and lush vegetation. The modern villa, with its floor-to-ceiling windows and minimalist design, offered panoramic ocean views and immediate beach access, a haven where they could simply be themselves. Taylor, dressed in a casual sundress, her signature blonde hair tousled by the sea breeze, looked around the villa with a contented sigh. "This is perfect," she murmured, slipping her hand into Travis's. Travis, towering beside her in a simple t-shirt and shorts, smiled down at her. "Just what we needed," he agreed, pressing a kiss to her temple. They spent their first day settling in, unpacking their belongings, and familiarizing themselves with the property. The villa boasted a state-of-the-art kitchen, an infinity pool overlooking the ocean, and a cozy media room stocked with an impressive collection of classic films, a shared passion they were eager to indulge. Accustomed to their fast-paced lives, adjusting to a slower rhythm was both a challenge and a delight. Mornings began with leisurely breakfasts on the terrace, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee mingling with the salty sea air. They took turns preparing meals, laughing over culinary mishaps and discovering new favorite dishes. One afternoon, as they lounged by the pool, Taylor turned to Travis with a mischievous grin. "How about a cooking challenge? We each pick a recipe we've never tried and see who does it better." Travis chuckled, his competitive spirit ignited. "You're on, Swift. But don't cry when I outshine you in the kitchen." The ensuing culinary showdown was filled with laughter, playful banter, and surprisingly edible results. Taylor's attempt at homemade sushi was commendable, while Travis's endeavor to bake a chocolate soufflé resulted in a deliciously gooey mess. They declared it a tie, savoring their creations under the setting sun. Eager to explore their surroundings, they ventured into Malibu's quaint town center. Strolling hand-in-hand through the local farmers' market, they relished the anonymity afforded by the laid-back community. They sampled artisanal cheeses, fresh fruits, and homemade pastries, engaging in friendly conversations with vendors who seemed blissfully unaware of their celebrity status. At a local art gallery, Taylor was captivated by a series of seascape paintings. She stood before one particular piece, a turbulent ocean under a stormy sky, for several minutes, her expression contemplative. Noticing her interest, Travis wrapped an arm around her waist. "Thinking about adding to your collection?" She leaned into him, nodding. "There's something hauntingly beautiful about it. It reminds me of the calm after a storm." They purchased the painting, envisioning it as a memento of their time in Malibu, a symbol of tranquility following the chaos of their careers. Evenings were reserved for deep conversations, the kind often sacrificed amid their hectic schedules. Seated on the villa's terrace, a fire pit crackling beside them, they shared stories from their pasts, dreams for the future, and reflections on their present. One night, as the waves whispered against the shore, Taylor glanced at Travis, her eyes shimmering in the firelight. "Do you ever think about what's next? Beyond football?" Travis pondered her question, his gaze fixed on the horizon. "Lately, yeah. Football has been my life for so long. But there's more I want to experience. More I want us to experience." She reached out, intertwining her fingers with his. "Whatever comes next, we'll face it together." Their conversations often drifted to the concept of normalcy, a life where they could walk down the street without paparazzi, enjoy a meal without curious onlookers, and simply exist without the weight of their fame. Malibu offered a glimpse into that reality, and they cherished every moment of it. The unhurried pace of their retreat sparked creativity in both. Taylor found herself scribbling lyrics inspired by their surroundings, the rhythmic ebb and flow of the tide, the vastness of the ocean, and the serenity enveloping them. Travis, too, felt a surge of inspiration, contemplating ventures beyond the football field. One afternoon, as Taylor strummed her guitar on the terrace, Travis approached with a thoughtful expression. "I've been thinking," he began, "about starting a foundation. Something that combines sports and music to empower kids." Taylor's eyes lit up. Taylor's boyfriend is expected to break down his decision to keep on playing in the NFL on Wednesday in the latest New Heights episode. In a rare in-person episode filmed with his older brother Jason, there was genuine belief that Kelce, 35, would call it a day after the emphatic loss in the Super Bowl in New Orleans in February, where the Philadelphia Eagles beat his Kansas City Chiefs 40-22, leaving their three-peat hopes in ruins. After agonizing over the decision to play Kelce confirmed last week that he wasn't prepared to bring the curtain down on a glittering career after such a heavy loss. But Wednesday's episode is his first opportunity to speak at length about the decision that he appeared rejuvenated and back to his usual lighthearted mood in a 30-second clip shared by the New Heights social media accounts on Tuesday night. Asked by brother Jason if his own retirement from the Eagles last year inspired him to play on, Travis laughed and said, "No, I actually think you've handled it perfectly, Jason. You've thrived. Outside of missing a Super Bowl. I think you absolutely killed it, dude." Jason laughed off his brother's remark before calling him AF **INGD****. "Yeah, well, that's the only way I can have fun with it," Travis replied, referencing the Super Bowl loss once again. His brother Jason played for the Eagles for 13 years, winning the Super Bowl once. He retired last summer, with the team then going on to lift the Malibu trophy in their first campaign without him. Back in New Orleans in February, Kelce stopped short of addressing his future in the immediate aftermath of the Super Bowl, saying only in the locker room, "Hats off to the Eagles, man. We couldn't get it going offensively, we just couldn't find that spark, couldn't find that momentum. I think there was a lot of things going wrong, everything was not really going our way today. You don't lose like that without everything going bad. We haven't played that bad all year." Kelce was very coy over his future in the New Heights episode that came out days after the Super Bowl loss. If anything, he sounded like a man on the way out. "I know everybody wants to know whether or not I'm playing next year, and right now I'm just kicking everything down the road. I'm kicking every can I can down the road," he said. "I'm gonna take some time to figure it out," he continued. "And I think I owe it to my teammates that if I do come back that it's gonna be a wholehearted decision and I'm not half *****ing it, and I'm fully here for them. I think I can play, it's just whether or not I'm motivated or it's the best decision for me as a man, as a human, as a person to take on all that responsibility." Judging by the short clip on Tuesday night, Kelce looked refreshed and back to his old self. They rarely are able to record episodes together, especially during the NFL season, with Travis based in Kansas City and Jason in Philadelphia.